Hi guys, welcome back. I'm so excited to be able to present you ways to navigate Covered California. This will be a comprehensive guide, so it will, of course, guide you on all things Covered California. This will just help you understand enrollment and health options, so I'm just here to help you guys understand your own healthcare plans along with other healthcare plans that are out there. So I'm super excited to be here. Of course, we'll get started on the next slide. So just a little bit of background information. UC Irvine has collaborated with the California state government in order to provide individuals with information regarding Covered California. So I am one of those people who will be, informing everybody about how to access Covered California. So UC Irvine's amazing organization, which I am a part of, is called Anteater Assurance, and we were chosen to be the ones to provide the information. We are excited and thrilled, as you can tell, to make sure that everyone knows what Covered California is. And at Anteater Assurance, where we are covered and confident in delivering information to everyone. And here's our little mascot, Peter the Anteater. But first, a little information about myself. So, who's delivering you the information? Well, it's me, of course. Woo! My name is Juan Gutierrez, and I am a proud anteater. I also co-founded Anteater Assurance, so if you ever want any more information about that, just come to me and let me know. I am part of the Urban Studies department, and I love what I do. I'm also a very big matcha enthusiast, as you can tell. But that's enough of that. Let's get to the important information. Alright, so this is what we have on the agenda. Right now we're going to be introducing Covered California, and then we're going to talk about enrollment processes, plan options and coverage, and also finally talk about financial assistance and subsidies. So this is the introduction to Covered California. Covered California is basically California's health insurance marketplace. So you come here, you get your health insurance, and then you just see what plan is best for you, and you just leave. That's basically how it works. Alright, so what is Covered California? So Covered California is basically an exchange program where people can come in, see if what certain plans benefit them the most. And it was also created because of the Obama administration when they passed the Affordable Care Act. So what is Covered California? So Covered California provides a platform for individuals to compare and purchase health insurance plans. So it just basically makes sure that you are able to get the health insurance that you want. It connects consumers with health plans that meet their needs. So if you want a lot of doctor visits, a lot of tests run on you, then you can get higher plans. But you don't necessarily need to do all that. So it just connects you with plans that are in your budget while ensuring that you are able to get those healthcare services. Alright, so Covered California was basically implemented to make sure that all legal residents have qualified medical insurance. This means that residents who do not have legal status they don't have to be part of Covered California. However, if you are undocumented, you are still able to have Medi-Cal, as the only requirements for being part of Medi-Cal is being low income. So if you do not have citizenship or do not have legal residency, then you do not need to worry about not having health insurance. The main purpose of Covered California is just to basically improve healthcare access to all Californians, making sure that everyone is insured, making sure that everyone has healthcare access, and making sure that healthcare costs are reduced for the masses. It just makes sure that everyone is able to get the healthcare that they need. But in order to be eligible, residency requirements must be met. So if you are not a legal resident of California or are just a resident of another state, you do not qualify to be for Covered California. This ensures that access to state-based healthcare options are for only Californians. However, there are other limitations to whether or not you would be eligible, such as income limits. Eligibility also depends on whether or not you have a specific health size or whether or not you have a certain amount of income. Citizenship status. Applicants must provide proof of citizenship or legal residency to be enrolled in Covered California. Of course, we'll get to Medi-Cal when we get to Medi-Cal. Alright, so if you want to find out if you're eligible, you just simply go to Covered California's website and use the Shop and Compare tool. So this will just determine your eligibility for potential financial assistance such as Medi-Cal, and it will also make sure that you are able to get the right healthcare plan that you want. So you also can get a free quote from the website just to make sure that you are able to get that access to healthcare too. Alright, so the enrollment process just involves a couple steps to make sure that everyone can get the access that they want. So it's important to understand how to navigate it properly, and we'll get to that in the next slide. So to create an account, you just start by getting an insurance quote via Covered California's website. So you just go to Covered California's website, and once that happens, you select the plan of choice and submit the application online. And if you qualify for Medi-Cal, you can contact your local Medi-Cal office to get further notice. So after you submit, you are not automatically enrolled. You must pay the first month's premium. It must be remitted by the due date or the application will not be processed. This is extremely important. You have to make sure that you pay the first month's premium. If you do not, you will not be covered. As part of the process, the State Insurance Exchange, also known as the SIE, will electronically verify your identity, your citizenship or immigration status, and your income. Your records of other government agencies such as the IRS will be used. If Covered California cannot verify information, application may be processed in these two ways. The application will be marked as conditionally eligible and you will be covered for the next 90 days, but you will have to provide supporting documents. Or the application may be processed for Medi-Cal insurance instead of the health plan. This action is only taken if the IRS income records from the prior year were lower than the income listed in the application. They will also verify immigration status, but none of this will be used for the purpose of enforcing immigration laws. Okay, this is just to make sure that you are able to get the care you need. This will not be used to enforce immigration laws. And of course, once you're all settled and done with this enrollment process, you'll be able to manage your healthcare coverage. You'll be able to see what kind of plan you have. You can also be able to change your healthcare plan later on if you really feel like it, but that'll be later on. Alright, now here are the application steps. They're actually pretty simple and pretty straightforward. So the process includes providing personal information along with income details. I cannot stress this enough. If you do not provide the proper income details, then you might not get the coverage that you want. And also just submit the required documentation that they ask for. So if you don't submit any of these, you might not get the coverage that you need. Alright, Covered California has specific deadlines for open enrollment and special enrollment. So open enrollment basically begins November 1st and ends January 31st. During this time, you are able to buy health insurance, or you can exchange your existing health insurance for another one for the upcoming year. You can apply outside of the open enrollment if you have a qualifying life event. So basically, if you get kicked off work, if you are no longer able to work, and you no longer have your HMO or PPO, then you are able to just submit an application. That way you are able to get covered. If you basically have a change in marital status, you are able to send your application in. If you have a birth of a child, you are able to send your application in because obviously that child is going to be dependent on you and that's a lot of money. So the application must be submitted within 60 days of the event. So within 60 days of this event happening, you must submit the application. Also, if you are part of a federally recognized American Indian tribe or Alaska Native tribe, then you can just submit the application whenever. If you're eligible for Medi-Cal, you can apply year-round as well. So it doesn't matter if you are outside the enrollment window. If you have Medi-Cal or you are eligible for Medi-Cal, you can apply year-round. So plan options and coverage. So these are just basic, bare bones health plans that Covered California can give you, but these are basically what your employer gives you. So each type has its own network of providers and features, and it allows consumers to choose what best fits their needs. So if your employer gives you an HMO plan, this is what you can only do with the HMO. If the employer gives you a PPO, then this is what you can do. It's very simple. If your employer does not provide you with any of these, this is extremely dire. You need to have a healthcare plan if you are employed by a big corporation. So these are just 3 of the types of health plans available through Covered California. We have minimum coverage, we have bronze, and silver. Silver has tiers within the tier, so if you are looking into silver, then I suggest you look further into the slides I'm about to show you. Alright, so now we have gold and platinum. So these are the 2 most expensive healthcare plans. So gold basically covers 80% and has no deductibles. This plan is best for healthy individuals or families that tend to frequently use medical services. And they just want a healthcare plan without a deductible. So it is less expensive than platinum, but it does retain benefits. And then platinum, of course, is the most expensive and it covers 90%, has no deductible, and is best for healthy individuals and families. All right, so I'm just going to talk to you real quick about the tiers. So these are the tiers overall from Covered California, and this is from 2023. So it just gives you a basic rundown on what every tier does. So as you can see here, you have minimum coverage all the way to platinum, and as you can see, silver has 4 tiers. So that's a lot of tiers. But if you want further information, you can just simply pause the video here and read everything. Right, now we're going to understand our coverage benefits. So each health plan includes a set of essential health benefits such as preventative care, emergency services, and hospitalization. So I'm pretty sure every plan is covered by emergency services. So if something, let's say you were to have a heart attack, you would be covered by the insurance. So it's important to understand what each plan covers to ensure that everyone is getting the care they need. So just make sure that you are reading on what your plan does. All right, so when you compare plan costs, you want to make sure that when selecting a plan, you want to compare the costs, you want to compare the premiums, you want to compare the deductibles, the copays, and the out-of-pocket maximums. This analysis basically just makes sure that you are able to afford what you want to afford and are able to get the coverage that you need. You don't want to pay extremely extraneous out-of-pocket maximums, and you also don't want extreme deductibles. So you want to make sure that you are able to get the care that you need. Covered California also provides various financial assistance programs to help lower the cost of health insurance. So understanding these programs and options can significantly reduce out-of-pocket expenses for eligible individuals. So eligibility for subsidies depends on income, household size, and other factors. So it is crucial for applicants, such as you and me, to evaluate their eligibility to take advantage of these financial assistance opportunities. So just make sure that you are able to read everything that they offer, just to make sure that you are getting the best care. So in addition to premium assistance, Covered California offers programs such as Medi-Cal for low-income individuals and families. Familiarizing yourself with these programs can enhance healthcare access. So basically, Medi-Cal is just for low-income individuals and families. If you are considered to be a certain threshold above the poverty line, then you are able to get Medi-Cal. It does not matter if you are undocumented. It does not matter if you have legal status or not. You can get Medi-Cal if you are under a certain threshold. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of our video. I'm so sad to finally be letting you guys go, but I'm also very excited that you guys have some new information. I know navigating Covered California can be very difficult, but following this guide and asking questions regarding Covered California will allow us as individuals, me and you, to find the best quality care, ensuring that everyone is assured, making sure that everyone is insured as well. So thank you so much for watching. I also have to give a big thanks to UC Irvine and the California state government for allowing Anteater Insurance to get the opportunity to make this video for you guys. I'm so proud of what this organization has become, and I just can't wait to see all of you guys go out into California and just enroll.